is happening. So now you can see that it's changed to live. We are live right now to anybody who happens to be out there because I invited the entire public, the entire world to this. Also says live up here. This is really cool because I can make myself look better. Ooh, look, smooth out all the wrinkles for grandmama. Okay. Now, if I'm at home and I'm like, and the cats are walking by, before I click that green button, I can come over here to, there's bunches of things over here, but I'm going to show you just a couple. I can click on this screen share feature and click entire screen and share. And now it goes like psychedelic, right? But your kids will see whatever is on the screen. What's being recorded is what's on the screen. So I can go out, pull up my PowerPoint presentation, my Google Slides, and I can start walking through and say, look, you can do your video call right here from your calendar. Or you can do a video call with somebody from your Gmail account. Isn't that cool? And here's where you can do a private conversation over on this side of Google+. This side's where you record. And so I go through doing the whole presentation for my class, and then I come back in and I turn off the psychedelic screen share, and now it's back on me. So I never have to show the kids my face if I don't want to. Because some of us are like, oh, I don't want my face on camera. Okay, turn on your screen share, and then then you're not on there. It's just your computer screen. So anything that you could show on your computer, how to go through a website, what you want kids to do on a website, you can walk them through that. Anything you can show on your computer screen is going to be recorded. So that's one thing there. There's your question and answer feature. So if your kids had questions, this is where their questions are going to pop up, and you can put them into a queue to answer those. And that's really cool. Hangout Toolbox. I like this for when I'm doing something professional, like the TL News Night. So you click here and you can turn that off or on. You can type in whatever you want down here. I have in what school I'm in. You can change the color. So if I wanted it to be a different color, I can come in and change the color. And then there's also, yeah, I hadn't done that yet. I haven't uploaded that. You can do a customized upload, which some people have done, and obviously mine's not connected yet. And so that just is more of a professional look, and you can still come back over here and click on your toolbox, get rid of the toolbox on the side, but still have that underneath. So when you're connecting with other professionals, or you're bringing a professional guest into your classroom, that might be something you want to show them. So it just adds a little bit more, I don't know, credibility to something like that. At least I think when people see it. There's some little dots down underneath here that lead you to some more apps. Google Effects are something we always got crazy with when we were planning Ed Camp Atlanta, and adults love them just as much as kids. And so I've got my pirate hat on, and I can put my, and now I can teach like a pirate, right? So everybody, I can turn that on and off. And so we would use the devil horn. So we're planning Ed Camp Atlanta, and then somebody would say something ugly, and so we put the devil horns on. And did I say that? I don't know. One thing I like that I want to show you, I grew up in the Columbus, Georgia area right near Fort Benning, and I taught the soldiers there one time about Google Hangouts before they left for deployment, and was showing them this, A Story Before Bedtime, which is one of the apps you can get on there. And you can think about ways you could use this in class as well. So you can come on here and pick out what book it is that you want to read, and you can decide whether you want to record that story, record yourself reading that story, and then your child can bring up that recording of you reading the story anytime they want. Or think about it in the classroom when you're trying to test for fluency and for the reading ability. You got to sit with that one kid, and then you got 25 others back here hanging off the chandelier because nobody's in there helping with them, but you got to get this testing done. Well, you can record them doing the readings, not just with this book, but you could add other, you could put books and have them read and do it that way, and have the audience be just you. And you're recording it yourself and have that, and only you can see it. You'd have it unlisted. And so the parents could make those stories before bedtime and record, or they could choose read in a Google Hangout. So mama or daddy's in Iraq, baby's back in Georgia, but they can see each other, hear each other, and read the story together with each other. Pretty cool, huh? Loved it. So that's just one of the other things in there. So now everything in Google Hangouts over there on the side is click on, click off. I call it my wax on, wax off. And I love that because it makes everything really easy. Click on, click off. There is a chat box over here in the side. The only people who can see what's in the chat box are the people who are in the Hangout with you. So only those people in the Hangout with you, not your audience. Your viewing audience can't see, which is really good, because if you ever see us on TL Newsnight where we're all giggling, but you have no idea what the joke is, it's because we put something in the chat box. So we had Linda Lindsay from Hawaii on our show one time being a guest anchor, and her roosters kept crowing in the background the whole time. And so we were making fun of her on, on the side chat. I love her so much. So there are a ton of other apps that you can use in here with the kids. Yeah, I do nothing but free. I was a teen welfare mom with twins. Are you kidding me? Single teen welfare mom with twins.
So
it's free.
On there where it says Nikki Robinson, that's because you're broadcasting live. If you were doing a private hangout,
you could put it on there. But the only reason that's on there is because I used my Hangout toolbox, and I could always turn that off.
That's called
The lower third. Hangout toolbox, lower third. And you can create some pretty fancy custom uploads to make it really fancy. And I've got a blog post and a video that tells you how to do that.
So the other one where we were doing the story before bedtime, it was actually doing what essentially is kind of like a screencast and your picture. Is there a way to do when you're screencasting to also have the video show up? Because that's the reason we use this. But screencasting, they can't see the face-to-face video.
Right, you see the face-to-face live video along with the book.
Right.
At the same time. I see what you're saying. Yes. There used to be, and then they recently changed it, and you could do it with Google, but I can't find the dang Google Drive app anymore now. You used to be able to do that where you could show that on the screen here and still see everybody down here. That might be something we can all suggest to Google to improve. So that's a good question, but no, you can't do that. So I see what you're saying there. So that embedded. Okay, when you're all finished with your Hangout, oh, look, one viewer. Let's see who it is. And let's call them. Who's here right now? I don't know who he is. I'm not calling people I don't know. I'm not crazy. All right. I did this one time, and it was a friend of mine, Hildy, and so I called her because I saw she was watching, and I was like, let's call her real quick. So anyway, we're out of time. So when you're done, when you're finished with your broadcast, you're just going to go first, click Stop Broadcast.